Aha! 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 Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all that might be tuning in right now. Right here on Keep It Simple with King Simon, people. How you doing? The time now is 8 o'clock. And we got a great show for you today. Oh man, I forgot to get one book. One other book. Where's my sister's book? I know I got one of her books here, so good, good, good. I have one of her books here, so good. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. All right, you got Sister Shahrazad coming in, and we got our brother. Disregard the book. I studied this book, so Numbers and you, Lloyd Strayhorn, and I think he's gonna be the one that's calling in first. So got my little African spiritual music in the background, so let me just turn it down, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. Lot of mercy, lot of mercy. Assalamu alaikum, shalom alaikum, hotel, peace, Ira to all the crews and crews and crews and them, We are the people, This is your brother King Simon, and I just want to make sure everybody knows. Let me send out what's going on so people know what's happening. Wait a minute, back that up, back that up, back that up. Ooh, I did not do that. Get that out of there. There you go, there you go. Get that out of there. And get that out of there. I don't need that. I need this. That's what I need. Yes, 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 yes. So, it's been quite a week, and now it's hump day. Everybody get to go hump something. I'm joking, I'm joking. Don't you go be humping anything. But first thing I want to do is share some cards with you. And this one that I have here says, give them what you want. Check that card out. Give them what you want. Let me read the back of it. It says, when you give others what they want, you will paradoxically receive what you want. If you want power, empower others. If you want money, give money. If you want praise and recognition, give praise and recognition. What you do for others will be done for you. And yes, that is the truth. We're here, and it's 2 minutes after the hour. Got a lot of stuff coming up, of course. A lot of people know that I have the big Father's Day, annual Father's Day event coming up. But on the 21st, before my event, on the 21st, got to big up to the Hebrew family that's doing something at the National Black Theater with Abundance Child. Nasi is going to be there. Inky is going to be there. A whole host of family from the Hebrew Israelite family. And they're going to be dealing with polygamy. They're going to be dealing with health. They're going to be doing all of that. And that's going to be at the National Black Theater. I believe the doors open at 2 p.m. It's $20 in advance or $20 at the door. But make sure you check out Nasi's website. I'll try to see if I can pump it up on my Facebook and see what I got on Facebook here. Matter of fact, it will be on my Facebook at King Simon Productions. You can hit me up at King Simon Productions and sign up on that. And matter of fact, I'm gonna put it on Facebook right now so y'all will see what I am talking about. That's right. So there's a big things going on on the 21st. That's June 21st. Then on June 27th, a young man by the name of Brother John is actually doing the Board of Education. Brown versus the Board of Education. He's going to be doing that over there. Saying not responding. I don't know why, but we're going to see what we have going on here. Geez, what it is? Let's take it up. Okay, good. It just responded. See, it's moving slow on me here, but it's all right. It's all right. It is Mercury retrograde, and it's all right. Live right now, we're going to be having Lloyd Strayhorn and Sister Shahrazad Ali. Lloyd Strayhorn. I'm writing that down, so I'm sending that out right now so people can know what's going on, and so people can tune in right now and hear. And Sister Shahrazad Ali, doing them double S's, but it's all right. The time now is 3 minutes after the hour. I love to hear from you, but I don't have a call-in feature yet. I will. Look like I'm going to be moving to Blog Talk also, but this will be up on YouTube, so make sure you log in. So we'll be here until 9 o'clock. And if you want to tune in live, you're more than welcome to tune in live. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. This is King Simon Production. Once again, just want to let y'all know what's coming up. On the 21st, the Hebrew Israelites is doing something great, so make sure you check that out. That's going to be at the National Black Theater in Harlem. That's 2033 Fifth Avenue between 125th and 126th. And then on the 28th of June, I have my annual Father's Day and Family Day celebration with the one, the only Irritated Genie, Dr. Ali Muhammad, and Professor James Smalls will be, and of course, live performance by Sister Imani Scott, and I'll be hosting that. We'll be dropping some numerology, and I might have a guest reverend from the Christian church to come through that deals with a lot of manhood and family issues. Speak for 5 minutes and let us know what keeping the unity in the family. That's what I'm all about. The unity in the family. That's what I'm all about. People talk about it, but people know I be's about that unity. That's why I produce the events that I produce in for unity. So I'm happy to be here with you, and like I said, I'm going to be posting up what's coming up on my Facebook, King Simon Productions at Facebook. You can hit me up over there. Also, my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. You can hit me up on that also. And make sure you like my pages, like all the pages that I have. I got King Simon, and I got King Simon Productions at Facebook, King Simon Productions at Gmail, King Simon Productions at Instagram, King Simon Productions, all the way through, family. So make sure you keep it locked right there, and do what you got to do. Get in there, find out what we're doing, learn as much as you can about what we're doing. Also, on my website, I will be posting my new membership card where you can actually download and print, and once you bring it in, you will have to pay that $80 as soon as you download and print. That means you are coming with the $80, and that will be good for the whole year. You get a discount to all my events, all the King Simon events, not anybody else's event, all my events. Just want to make sure it's clear. So if Sinetta's doing an event, you can't get a discount with that. But you can get a discount. I do an event at least twice a month, once or twice a month, and you'll be able to get at least a $5 to $10 discount for all my events all year long. Even my workshops that I got, because I got Claude Anderson coming in to do a workshop on July 19th. I know July 12th we're doing an absolutely free event with Seti, Shahrazad Seti, and Brother Polite, where it's dealing with Pan-Africanism and economics. So that is going to be a very interesting thing. So we know what it is. We're going to make it happen. So like I said, I'm waiting for Lloyd Strayhorn to give me a call in, and then we're going to talk to him. He knows he's supposed to call in 5 minutes after 5 minutes after 8. It is now 7 minutes after the hour, so he's going overtime, and we're not into that. We got to keep it moving. Let me see if I can call him and get him right on, because he was supposed to be on right now. And I want to make sure that we get our people in on time, because my sister don't play, so I need Sister Shahrazad to be on by at least 8:35. So let's check if Lloyd is in the building. Alrighty, this is Keep It Simple TV. We're calling Lloyd Strayhorn right now. He was supposed to call in at 5 minutes after the hour, and he didn't get to do that. So I'm going to check on him. Like I said, it is Mercury retrograde, so things like this do happen during Mercury retrograde. So let's not get all antsy. You know what I'm saying? Let me put my eye down. Oh, see, this bright light is killing me, but it's all right. There you go.
Simon?
Yes, sir. What's up, brother?
Hey, I was calling out your number. This is the number to call? Are we on the air?
This is the number, brother. You're supposed to call 5 minutes after. It's 8 minutes after now, sir.
No, I just left you a message.
Oh, really?
The number you gave me was to another number. It dropped into voicemail.
Oh, it must have went straight to it. But we on air right now, sir. We're on air right now, Mr. Lloyd Strayhorn. How you doing?
Okay, good enough. This is the landline. I hope we got enough juice. If not, call back on the number that you call here. Thank you for having me on. It's an honor and a pleasure to join you and Sister Ali this evening.
Well, she's coming on around 8:35, but I'm going to have you till like 8:30 and make it happen, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to do what we got to do.
Good. It's an honor and a pleasure to be with you, my brother.
Well, it's always an honor and pleasure to be with you, sir. We're all good friends for many years, many moons.
We were grown to be brothers. I think that's even better.
That's right. Well, people, I have the great Lloyd Strayhorn on. It's 9 minutes after the hour right here on Keep It Simple TV on Ustream.com or Ustream.tv. Also, it will be uploaded to YouTube so you can hear the interview itself. And Lloyd, now tell the people, because you wrote the book Numbers and You, and what is your website, so people know your website straight off the bat?
Well, the website is after my name, Lloyd, Lloyd dash Strayhorn, Strayhorn.com. So it's Lloyd-Strayhorn.com.
Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. That's correct.
That's correct.
And any give me your 1-800 number to give to the people also, brother.
Oh yeah, my 1-800 is 1-800-581-4401. That's 1-800-581-4401.
4401. Okay, that's good. Oh, good. That's good. So people can call for consultation and all that good stuff, and of course for relationship business and all of that, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Well,
certainly so.
well, I'm showing the people your book right now on air, and I got viewers tuning in, checking it out. There, people are logging in already, and of course, numbers of you. This is they see my book all torn up and ripped up. They know I've been studying.
So you are entitled to get a new copy anytime and autograph too.
I know, brother. I know, but I don't like to bother you. I think I've gotten like an autographed copy of yours at least 5 times.
Yeah, yeah. It's really, really nice. And for the listening audience, they need to know that beginning tomorrow evening, Mercury retrograde finally ends.
Oh
So,
my goodness! I'm so happy. Oh my goodness!
you and me both, because people who may not know as we do, Mercury rules the planet, or is considered the planet of communication, indicates, therefore, when Mercury slows down or goes backwards, which in astrological terms they say retrograde,
Right.
it simply means communication slows down,
Right.
misunderstanding slow down. I thought you said this. No, Simon, I thought you said that.
Right.
Person says, a person says, meet me at 2. I'll say, no, man, you're supposed to meet me at 3. All kind of little things. My computer, in fact, my computer's been on the blink for the last 2 weeks. Still waiting on getting my computer.
Wow.
But hopefully, once it goes direct, everything returns to normal. People be arguing over ice cream, and when Mercury goes direct, they're trying to figure out what was that about. Little crazy things. Cars act up.
Yep.
You thought you. And by the way, for those that text that have multiple relationships going on, this is the worst time, because it'd be somebody that you sent to A and you should have sent it to B. Those kinds of things.
that could be a problem, sir.
Big time, big time. But that's the phenomenon. Now, although it ends, there's what is called in astrology the shadow effect. The shadow effect lasts for about a week and a half. So it started back on May 18th, but the shadow effect was about maybe a week and a half leading up to it. Then it ends tomorrow on the 11th, and then it goes. It'll kind of begin to really fade over the next week and a half. Right now, that's the situation we're in. So if people like myself have had computers with problems with their computers or their cell phones acting up,
Right.
transportation, miscommunications, all of
Right.
that.
And that's what's happening to me right now, brother. I'm here trying to post something on Facebook about your information, and it is not going through right now.
And I'm calling you on one number, and obviously, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's all good, though, but that's how it works.
Yes, that's how it works.
Just being very careful when you travel, and especially being careful when you communicate.
Right. Now, Lloyd, I've heard your story, but a lot of people that have not heard your story, what made you get interested into numerology? Because I know you was into astrology, but explain to the people what made you get interested into numerology.
Well, I was always into astrology. I always had a love of things metaphysical, and because I was shy and I was an Aquarius, I identified with that, and I would read all the positive attributes about my sign. Then famous people under the sign. And as I began to evolve, I found out everybody wants to know about their signs, that every one of us have some degree of who we are, what we're about. And then by circumstance in the summer of 65, I was introduced to numerology. And from there, it led into, and that's all I do. Well, but I do astrology too. And so what I've done is I combine both astrology and numerology together. And instead of becoming an astrologer or a numerologist, I'm an astro-numerologist, which means I combine both. So when people hear me on your show today, for example, they know they're a sign, but a lot of people may not know they're a sign and a number.
Exactly.
All Aquarians aren't weird. All Geminis aren't two-faced. All Scorpios, like Bill Gates, is not sexy. That man is not sexy to me, thank you, but he's very well than that. Scorpions, okay? So all these little generalities about the zodiac signs are modified. You would think all Aries are forceful, but they may be modified by the number 2, which
Right.
sensitizes them. or you may have a Cancer person that's normally a very sensitive, emotional sign, but born under the number 9, like a Wendy Williams, that can be a forceful, assertive, yet almost be bipolar and cry at the slightest drop of a hat.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, exactly. Now, you say from 1965 you was introduced to numerology?
Yeah, that was my first introduction in the summer of 1965 in the back of a car in the rain.
In the back, I don't even want to ask what you was doing in the back of the car, sir, in the rain. I don't know what you was counting at that point of time, but that's between you and your creator. You know I'm gonna have fun, sir. You know.
Well, Simon, you're not right. See, I'm too relaxed about it. Stop me on TV. Okay?
You got to make it intriguing and very interesting, and that's how I do it, sir.
Well, to threw me off because you know anything about numerology, that's that, huh? Last thing on my mind, okay?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and you know what? Now, seriously speaking, 15 minutes after that, we're here with Lloyd Strayhorn. Man, his website is Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. His book is Numbers and You, and he got some other books coming out. But I want to ask you, what do you say to the skeptics? Because there's a lot of skeptics out there. That some in religion, some atheists, some all these different type of people are skeptic about numerology.
As you and I know, as brothers in this business in numerology together,
yes, sir.
We know that numbers don't change a bone of philosophy in your brain cells or your body, not at all.
Right.
It has no interference with your beliefs, your skepticism, whatever. But no one can deny without numbers you do not exist. There's nothing you can do. So let's say you go to a doctor today. Well, they're going to take your blood pressure. They're going to get you in a number.
Right.
Then they're going to look at your cholesterol, all kinds of things they do with numbers. I mean, they will tell you one thing not to do is don't give out your social security number.
Exactly.
Okay? So, I mean, numbers are, but they guide us in a lot of ways. GPS, all the things now that we take for granted of being able to locate where you and I are, where the train is, the bus, whatever, all that's through mathematical or the use of numbers.
Exactly.
And numbers is the supreme language.
Exactly.
It's the universal language, numbers.
Exactly. So,
but what people don't know, as we've learned, is that there is a metaphysical component, not taxes, not just for paying bills, not for looking at your medical numbers, but for the more esoteric side of this equation.
Exactly.
About affects us that cannot be seen or touched or tasted, but exist. And what I try to do is explain it like, you know, when I first started, well, numerology is a vibration. Yes, it's true. Mm-hmm. But I try to put it in a way that people understand. Like a person is listening to your TV show, looking at it and listening in, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, there's a frequency that goes out that allows them to do that.
Exactly.
Okay? And if they get the right frequency, they can tune in. Well, all that is by numbers. And I always jokingly say, Simon, suppose a guy met the most gorgeous lady on the planet, and he wanted to get to know her better and ask for her phone number. Mm-hmm. She tell him call any number. Man, I mean, numbers, phone numbers are all here. But if he gets the right 10 numbers in the right order, he gets the right result and the right lady. That's how it works. Mm-hmm. And if people don't think numbers, try it. In fact, they can send me their paycheck this Friday if they don't believe it. I would not hold our breath that we're going to get a paycheck, okay? I think they'll get the point.
Of course, in numerology, there's a lot of different types of people that study numbers, from Chaldea to Pythagorean. You have Japanese, you have Hebrew, Kabbalah.
They're all different methods, but the most popular one used here in the West, as they refer to it, is the Pythagorean system. That's the system that goes from 1 to 9.
Right.
That's the system I teach at the City College of New York. And in fact, I'm going to have a course starting again July 15th. You are more than invited. Anytime I give a class, it's open house for you, Simon.
Mention that to the people. Let them know when it starts and who they can call.
College of New York. And people can call and register by calling 212-650-7321.
Repeat that again?
I think it is 7321. Yes, it is 212-650-7321.
7321. That's 212-650-7321 for the
That's
city.
the City College in New York. Tell them you want to register for the course. Tell them I sent them.
Yeah, City
One
College.
of those, I'm almost sure I got the numbers right. So Mercury's retrograde, and I don't have it in front of me, but I'm almost sure that is it. But I'll make sure and double check before we end the show this evening.
Is it on your Facebook?
Yeah, man.
Is it on your Facebook?
Not the newest announcement. But if they go to my Facebook and look at some of my earlier announcements of the last class I had back in March,
Right.
they will see the phone number right there.
Okay, I have the number. You're right. Matter of fact, you missed it. What do you have? You twisted around. It's 7312.
I knew it was one of them,
Yeah.
and I'm saying to myself, Lloyd, Mercury's retrograde, okay, buddy?
Exactly. Well, let me announce it. It's 212-650-7312. That's 212-650-7312. If you want to be a part of his next class at City College. That's right, City College over there at Convent Avenue at 140th Street.
This time they're going to extend it an extra week, where it's 5 weeks, they're going to extend it 6 weeks.
Oh, they extended for...
I mean, the class is 2 hours, is now going to be 2.5 hours.
Man.
Because so much goes by so fast. By the time we get into it, it seems like it's time to wrap it up. And I like to end on time, especially with young ladies there in the class, so they can get home safe.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
that's true. That's true.
Sometimes we can run way over, run our miles, but with the sisters, I always prefer they leave on time to get home safely.
Yeah, and I think you should have, if it's a lot of men, is more women in there than men?
It's always more women.
Yes.
Women are more receptive. Actually, five as is catch, Simon. Men are too. So we are more taught to kind of like, okay, babe, you go on ahead. You go on talk. By the way, ask a little something about me too. We don't normally. Now, a lot of it is changing. For example, I did a show in Washington last Monday, a 2-hour show, live on Sirius XM. And majority of the people that called in were males. That's the first time. But it's very refreshing because, yeah, we guys need to know this stuff too.
Exactly.
We got concerns. We're concerned about relationships. We're concerned about health, just like the sisters are. But, you know, we got to always man up. And sometimes it's not about being man up. It's so much understanding and helping getting information can help you be that better person, a better mate, or whatever your goal is.
Exactly. It's 22 minutes after the hour. We're speaking with the great, the one, the only Lloyd Strayhorn. I know he hates when I start going and all his accolades, but this brother has written...
Other years and I'll get used to it, Tommy, but you are the best. I never have anybody represent you better than you. You're just embarrassing. That's the only part.
I know. I try not to be, but it's hard, brother. It's hard. I'm a number one, sir. You forget. Gotta make it happen.
We both need to go to counseling together. It should be an interesting experience.
I know. Lloyd, also, the presidential election is coming up. We know Barack is going out of there. Our president is going out. Now, number 9 year is coming up. Who you think is going to come in? Which one of these candidates might shine in the number 9 year?
There are a couple of things happening in that regard, Simon. First of all, the year coming up of the election of 2016 adds up to a 9.
Yes.
For people who don't understand what Simon and I understand, you add 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 6, the 4 digits totaling up next year, it adds up to a 9. Well, each number is ruling a sign and a birth number.
Right.
And what it means is this, that anyone under the sign of Scorpio and Aries, these are the 2 go-to signs. In a minor way, Leo. Will do well. All people born on the 9th, the 18th, the 22nd, or the 36th. Can you hear me? The 27th of the month. They ain't no 36th of the month. And so that would be it at that point. But it's a lot of people that are in the loop right at this point. And I just think it's so funny because actually, when you look at the candidates, and I'll give you some examples on the Democratic side. Hillary is a Scorpio, so she has the best chance next year.
Right.
Bernie Sanders is a Virgo. Now, there have only been 2 Virgo presidents in U.S. history.
Right.
That was William Taft, born September the 15th, and Lyndon B. Johnson, born August 27th, when he became president by accident in November 22nd of 1963 when John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. That's it.
Right.
And then you got this other guy out of Maryland, Mark O'Malley. He's a Capricorn. And then you got Lincoln Chafee, one of the new kids on the block. He is an Aries. And by the way, there have only been two Aries presidents. And the last Aries president was elected back in the 1840s.
Right.
So they don't have too much of a shot either, okay? And then Jim Webb, an Aquarius. Now, what is interesting, there have only been 5 Aquarian presidents. All out of 5, 4 of them died in office.
Wow.
And they were all elected in a 0 year.
Right. Wow.
Anyway, let's do the Republicans. Ted Cruz, a Capricorn, December 22nd. I don't think so. The year he's in actually will go against all of his interests coming up. Jeb Bush, he's an Aquarius, February the 11th. The year again favors more Scorpios and Scorpios and Aries is the least of the choice. Then you got Rand Paul, he's a Capricorn, January the 7th. Then you got Carly Fiorina, she's a Virgo. So when I hear Virgos, I kind of put them to the side because they don't. This country has not groomed too many Virgo presidents. That says only 2. And the other one was by accident, the second one.
Right.
Then you got Marco Rubio. He's a Gemini. And what's interesting, there's only been 2 Geminis, and the last Gemini president was John F. Kennedy. And he's born one day before John F. Kennedy. Marco Rubio was born May 28th, where John F. Kennedy was born May 29th. Then you got Chris Christie, a Virgo, so I squashed that too. You got Ben Carson, a Virgo. I squashed that too, okay? Then you got Lindsey Graham, bipolar, in the sense that he's a Cancer, but he's under the number 9. So Cancer is that sensitive side of the nature, but he's got that 9, which is aggressive. In fact, he's born the same day as Donald Rumsfeld that claimed that Iraq would be a cakewalk, which proved to be a disaster with the same birthday. Then you got Bobby Jindal, you know, and I'm surprised at him because today is his birthday, in fact.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
He was born in 1971
Okay.
and from India. And yet I don't understand how he let other people of color be denied access to health. I mean, you got to understand his background. You would think, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But listen, you know how we think as Aquarius.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother.
You got George Pataki, okay? And George Pataki, he's a Cancer, June 24th. It's not even Cancers. Cancers and Virgos, I'd eliminate a large piece of this. And then, of course, you got Donald Trump, whose birthday's coming up over the weekend. A Gemini 5. But again, because there have only been 2 Gemini presidents, and they don't come often because the last one was in 1960, okay, with John F. Kennedy, the 35th president of the United States. I would say, this is going to be a very short list before it's over. and of course, I can't leave out Scott, what's that guy's name? Something Scott in Wisconsin. Yeah, well, anyway, he's a Scorpio. He might have a chance. But I doubt it because he's a Scorpio 2 person, and the year coming up is the year of the 9, and its direct opposition number
The 2, right.
is the number 2. So on one hand, Scott Walker, that's his name. Scott Walker will be the kind of guy, he might be to the head of the list because they're already talking about he's the head of the campaign now on the Republican side. But the interesting part about it, yes, it will favor him as a Scorpio, but it would oppose him directly as his birth number.
Right.
And so, yes, so I think he'll be there at the top, but I think he'll flame out before the, by midsummer of next year.
Well, it's 28 minutes after the hour. We're here with Lloyd Strayhorn. That's excellent on time with the numbers consultation, brother. You really dropping it.
Well, you know me.
Yes,
but this is how we do, Simon.
That's how we do, brother.
That's how we do.
You know,
and I would encourage everybody to buy your book, too.
Yes.
But people, brother, I got to be honest. I wish I had that title. If you ain't lying. Numbers are simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Together, right. Oh.
You know, I said that in front of, I was speaking at a career day for these young children, about 13, 14 years old, and I said the same thing, and I said, 1 plus 1 equals 2. But when you got a 1 and a 1 together, you got to be careful of the ego and all that kind of stuff. I was going in with them. But, Lloyd, I want to thank you. I mean, what would you have to say?
Thanks for having me on your show tonight, Simon. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Again, my website is lloyd-strayhorn.com.
Yes, sir.
And my toll-free number for people can call, schedule appointments is 1-800-581-4401. That's 1-800-581-4401. and I'm going to be teaching the numerology course this July 15th at City College. And the number is 212-650. What's that?
7312. 12. That's right. 7312.
7312. Okay, I got it now. Thanks, Simon.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Bless you, and as a brother to another, much love to you, brother. You are the best.
Much love to you, man, and respect to you all the time, my brother. All right? That's the one and only Lloyd Strayhorn. Want to thank him for calling in. Of course, this is Keep It Simple. Keep It Simple Radio, Keep It Simple TV, man, with King Simon. Having a good time already. It's 30 minutes after the hour. It's 5 more minutes. We're going to have the one, the only sister, Shahrazad Ali. She's expected to come to Brooklyn again, coming to New York, coming to Brooklyn on the 17th. She's supposed to be at the UAM, and that's free to get in at the UAM. However, they do require a donation, so she's going to rock the UAM this coming weekend, this coming Wednesday. It's 30 minutes after the hour, and of course, I got her book here called How Not to Eat Pork. Woohoo! What a book! We're going to talk about that in a few more minutes. I want to run down some commercials of what's going on. Of course, in the month of June, on June 27th, my boy John is doing the Board of Education. Matter of fact, let me get those flyers. Hold on one second. Don't go nowhere. I got to get them flyers. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't get nowhere. Ay, ay, ay. Woo, a lot of stuff coming up. So I'm going to run it down before she comes on. I'm going to run it down. I'm going to run it down before she comes on. On June 27th, the Board of Ed versus the Brown versus the Board of Ed landmark case of 1964, featuring Camille Yarborough and Sister Keisha Forrester from out of the UAM. That's going to be a great, great event. Doors open at 5 p.m. Event goes all the way to 10, and doors open actually at 4 p.m. And it's a $15 love exchange. Make sure you come out to that. And of course, my big event coming up on Sunday, June the 28th, with the one, the only Irritated Genie, Professor James Smalls, Dr. Ali Muhammad, live performance by Imani from Imani Creations, and of course myself. But it won't be there. It'll be at the Nicholas. We has to move it to Nicholas Brooklyn Bookstore, 570 Fulton Street. That's 570 Fulton Street, Nicholas Brooklyn Bookstore. It's $20 in advance, $30 at the door, or after 4 p.m. So make sure you get there early, or after 3 p.m. Make sure you get there early. And tickets are available at Nicholas Brooklyn at 718-858-4400. That's 718-858-4400. Nicholas Harlem at 212-289-3628. That's 212-289-3628. And Respect for Life Bookstore, that's 347-690-9042. That's 347-690-9042. You can go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or you can go to King Simon at Facebook, King Simon Productions, Facebook, Instagram, and at Gmail. You can email me also. So that's what's coming up in that month, and we're topping off the month with that. And in the month of July, let me see, I got some stuff in July coming up. July 12th, I don't have the flyer for that, but we have Sarah Suit Seti and Brother Polite doing a free event at the National Black Theater. Doors open at 2 p.m. The event starts at 3 o'clock. Big up to Sonetta from Sonetta Studio, Sonetta TV, and big up to Brother Polite. I'm also a part of New Covenant. I'm part of every kind of covenant. I love it. I'm a unity man, baby. That's what I'm all about. So that's coming up on July 12th. And then on July the 19th, we got a workshop after his great performance with my man David Banner and Umar Johnson. Claude Anderson will be back for a long-awaited workshop about the blueprint, and it's going to be at this new spot that we got that holds about 150 people in one area, but it holds 3,000 people through the whole area, and it's called the 930 Power Center at 930 Atlantic Avenue between Washington Avenue and Grand Avenue. So make sure you come on out. Doors open at 3 p.m. Event starts at 4 p.m. It is $40 in advance, and before 3:30 and $50 after. You can go to Namaskar over there at Vanderbilt. That's 718-636-1967. That's 718-636-1967. Nicholas Harlem at 212-239-3628. That's 212-239-3628. Or Nicholas Brooklyn at 718-858-4400. That's 718-858-4400. Or you can call me 347-496-1022. That's right. Claude Anderson is coming with an official mini workshop. He's going to be here, the blueprint for black people, man, and how to do this and how to do it correctly. Also, don't forget, in the month of July, we got the African Arts Festival going to be over there at the Commodore Park. A lot of performers going to be there. Talib Kweli, Ayana Gregory is going to be there. It's going to be live. Make sure you pick up those flyers wherever you see it. And at the end of July, I have the one, the only Baruti. Dr. Baruti will be in the building. Dr. Baruti, of course, is the author of this book, The Sex Imperative. He will be in the building on July the 26th at Nicholas Brooklyn Bookstore. Tickets will be available starting next week, so make sure you go to Nicholas for that. And then in the month of August, yes, the month of August, we have, of course, boom, we got the conference. That's Science versus Mythology, the Evolution and Creation Conference, brought to you by Sonetta TV and the House of Consciousness and King Simon. That's going to be at the National Black Theater. It's $30, $30 at the door, $20 in advance. And of course, 3 p.m. the doors open. No, 2 p.m. the doors open, at 3 p.m. and that's going to be August 2nd with a whole host of people: Sue Tech, Infandishi, Shaka Atmos, Divine Prospect, Dr. Ali Muhammad, Brother Reggie, Uncle from the Amen Ra Squad, Imam Bashir, Minister Inky, Shaka Atmos, and the one, the only Brother Polite will be there live and direct. That's August 2nd. And also, I'm hearing Dr. Sadie might come back, so make sure you get ready for that. So let's check on our sister to see if she's ready to call in. She's about to call in momentarily. So it is 35 minutes after the hour. This is King Simon. Remember, make sure you get Lloyd Strayhorn book. You just finished. You just missed Lloyd Strayhorn, but this will be uploaded onto YouTube. So make sure you keep the links right here on Keep It Simple TV with King Simon, or go to my YouTube account, which is King Simon Presents, and you can find out what's going on. Like I said, it's 35 minutes of the hour, and we got our sister coming in. This is the one, she got this book, How Not to Eat the Pork, Baby. Stop eating it, it's killing you. And also, A Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman, and The Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man, and all kinds of stuff. You know, she got a whole bunch of books. She got like 5 good books. And of course, she's coming from the teaching of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So big up to her. So I'm waiting for her to call me right now, and we're trying to lock in and tune in to make sure that our sister, I'm going to check on her right now so we can make sure she gets in right now. Let me call her right now. So keep it locked. I'm going to turn up my music a little so we can keep up, find out what's going on, my little African music. Okay, I'm back. Gonna see where she at. Gonna see if Sister Shahrazad is ready for us.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. Well, guess what? You live anyway, girl.
Oh, okay.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Praise be to Allah.
Well, hold on, sis. I gotta introduce you. I gotta give you the big King Simon accolades. You know how we do. Okay, we got the one, the only here. We got the sister that did a wonderful job at our Women's History Celebration in March. She tore up the National Black Theater. She tore up Sonetta TV when she was here in New York. She tore up. She said we worked her like a Hebrew slave. But this sister is the one who wrote the book of Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman, the Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man, of course, How Not to Eat the Pork, and all sorts of different stuff. We welcome to our Keep It Simple TV with King Simon, and also on YouTube, baby, I got Sister Shahrazad Ali. What's up? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
We gotta put the energy to it, sis. Gotta put the energy. Well, I'm so honored to have you, and thank you very much for being a part of my show, dear. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Well, I think that you do a wonderful job for our people, trying to bring them the truth and to keep activities going to stimulate their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that that's a difficult job, and I'm very happy that you have taken that on and that you are doing what you're supposed to do.
Well, you know, sister, it's like pulling teeth, sister. It's like pulling teeth, pulling rotten, charred out teeth. I'm just saying. It's hard, sister, to unify these people. It's hard. You what the messenger said about that? Tell the audience what the messenger said about trying to unify our people. How hard this can be.
Well, he said that we will have forced unity.
Mm.
See, not getting along is a luxury.
Mm.
And it's a luxury because most of us have food to eat, somewhere to live, cars to drive, a way to make money and everything. But there will come a time when we will have to get closer together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, and certainly we have proven that all of that about in the beginning is the word was the word. That's not true.
Right.
In the beginning has to be the idea.
Mm.
Because we have had the word. All we do is say, we got to get together. We need unity. Or if we could just come together. We've been saying that, so that's just the word. But we have to take on that idea.
Right.
But what I wanted to mention tonight, which I think is a voice that needs to be out there on this particular topic, is, we it's been on internet, I guess, past 2 or 3 days about the children that went to the white swimming pool.
Yes.
And the police jumped on the sister, sat on her and pulled this gun on some of the other black children. And one white woman slapped one of the other children. And it was just a real mess. Now, Dr. Elijah Muhammad also taught, stop forcing yourself into places where you're not wanted.
Right. Exactly.
They didn't have no business going over there to the white folks swimming pool or to the white people neighborhood. He said, make your neighborhood a clean and safe place to live. That includes swimming pools.
Exactly.
So they should have made their own swimming pool nice and comfortable so that they could have gone there somewhere where they live.
Exactly.
But social integration continues to not work in certain areas, and they had no business being over there, and their parents should not have allowed them to go over there. And so we need to accept at some point in the history that these people hate us, and they hate our children and our grandchildren. There is no difference in us to them. It doesn't matter. They are intimidated by the black man, and they want to control black women, and certainly to snuff out black children. And so we need to accept that just as a fact and stop forcing ourselves into places where we are not wanted. And that goes for hotels, swimming pools,
That's right.
restaurants, and neighborhoods, shopping malls, and all of those kind of places that no matter where white people go, we go follow behind them because we don't have nothing of our own. And so everything they try to have, we want to bust into it. And every time there's a problem. It never turns out well for us, and this is just another example of it.
And that's why, in the lessons they say, why do we love the devil? He gives us nothing. Still.
The question is, and why does he love the devil? Because he gives them nothing.
Gives them nothing. All the time, sister. And, I'm so glad you brought that up because I watched it. I couldn't watch it over and over again. I watched it once and I already knew. I said, see, this is crazy. And I'm hearing that police officer resigned also. That's what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing now.
Well, he may have resigned, but see, he did that because he's taking one for the team. They don't want the Department of Justice to come down there and investigate their whole area. And so they got him to resign. But they still need to go after him civilly and make him responsible for what they think he did to that child up there. You know, what it shows that he did. But him resigning, that doesn't solve the problem. Unless all of the white police in America going to resign, and that's not going to happen.
That's like a Band-Aid effect, huh? That Band-Aid
that's not going to happen, But I just get so frustrated because a lot of these things we bring on ourselves. We keep trying to look for some redemption in these people. We keep trying to look for some mercy. The messenger said no amount of pity will be given out. And so it doesn't matter that they were children or had on swimming suits or were over there trying to have fun and all of that nonsense. They should not have been there. I never let my children go and try to socially integrate anywhere. That's how our little black boys end up trying to date the little white girls, and the little black girls trying to date the little white boys. We need to keep that separate.
That's right.
Until they learn enough about their history to not be attracted to anybody that look like their enemy.
I'm reading in the message to the black man where he says the black people of America have been swallowed by the slave masters who are a race of devils, says all wise God Allah, and now refuse to let us go free without hindrance and hold us a prey against the will of Allah in the person of Master Farah Muhammad, who now seeks our deliverance since our people love the enemy more than God.
That's right. Of course, that's right. Yes, and they do. Most of our people don't even accept any concept that God is a man.
Right.
While they refer to him as he, him, and he has masculine names,
Mm-hmm.
everything, but they still, don't want to accept that God is a man.
Mm-hmm.
We want to have a spirit because there's no accountability. And I was in Pittsburgh this weekend, and I listened to all the people talking about how much Malcolm said this,
Mm-hmm.
even here in Cincinnati, Malcolm said that. Our people wouldn't be with Malcolm if Malcolm was alive today, because Malcolm didn't have anything
Mm-hmm.
but the teachings that Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The only thing Malcolm changed on is that he decided to integrate with the enemy and decided that they was his brothers and stuff. But Malcolm didn't have any different teachings.
Right.
And so the people that's sitting around here quoting him, see, we like a dead hero because there's no accountability.
Right.
But they would be saying, well, Malcolm, I don't think you ought to do this. Well, yeah, well, Malcolm, I think we ought to do this here. Everybody want to have an idea. You can't have unity without uniformity.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have unity without uniformity.
Right. Right.
And it has to go past dressing just alike.
That's right. That's right. And the 12 years of Malcolm being in the nation compared to like the 1.5 year he's out. Come on now. You can't.
Yeah.
You really can't compare what he did in 12 years.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And that the little time that he was out, and he was a magnificent brother when he was, a minister for the teachings of Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So was Minister Farrakhan.
Exactly.
He was a wonderful minister. But Minister Farrakhan is just a minister.
That's right.
He's still just a minister. That's all he is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all Malcolm was.
Mm-hmm.
And our people need to look at and recognize that the greatest people in America that they respect and admire for having knowledge are people who were under the tutelage of Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Mm.
That's Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
That's Louis Farrakhan.
Mm-hmm.
That's Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm.
That's Shahrazad.
Mm-hmm.
That's Khalid Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the list just go on and on like that.
Yeah.
We all had the same teachers.
That's right.
Because the messenger's teachings are the only teachings that was something different. Everything else is straight from the slave master and straight out of the grave, and it's just full of nonsense. You only have, what they have and what he told us.
Mm-hmm.
He gave us a new language, and all of the people out there that's disagreeing with him, walking around talking about planet Earth, black man is God. They using all the language that he brought to us. Mm-hmm. They didn't make up none of those words.
Right.
The messenger gave us that new language.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's 46 minutes after the hour. We're here with Sister Shahrazad Ali, live and direct. And, Sister, even from the 5%, the Nation of God of Earth, that's all the messenger's teachings until whatever Clarence was doing his thing, the Father allowed to call. But, they claim it on one sense and then they claim it on another sense. I know a lot of in the teachings of the 5%, it said we would have to return back to the temples. We'd have to get the discipline.
Well, you have to look at that too. The messenger said the temple I'm asking you to clean up and make ready is your own, yourself.
Right.
Okay. So that's the temple we got to clean up. And Clarence and he took what the messenger had and remade it. Just like the Black Panthers took what the Muslims want to believe and made them up a list. Everybody took from the messenger's teachings and tried to claim it for their own. The messenger said there's always somebody sitting around trying to take his credit.
Right. And even those that have left and have gone into other forms of Islam, they're not the same way as they was. And some of them still complain up to this day, sir, ma'am. Some of them still complain about what happened and when the messenger was here or when Honorable Elijah Muhammad was here and when they staunch, that whole thing. Go ahead.
And most importantly, they still have his teachings. You can't go nowhere and be nothing calling yourself a civilized man today unless you have the teachings of Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You don't have the courage, the strength. You don't have the bravery. You don't have none of that unless you have any of the teachings of Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's Jesse Jackson. That's Al Sharpton. That's all of them, King, Martin Luther King, everybody out there took something from him to go and build on for themselves.
What's so funny? I know of a pastor here in Brooklyn that has a mega church, and he used to be in the Nation of Islam. And this church is mega. He has a security team and all that kind of stuff. Big time.
It's the supreme wisdom.
Yes,
you can use it any way you want to.
That's right. That's true. That's right.
It's the supreme wisdom. There's nothing over this.
Nothing over this. So
and anybody that has this, he can take your Islam and make it work for you.
That's right. That's right.
He didn't say change it. He didn't say say make up some other nonsense. He didn't say go into the Church of Scientology. He didn't say go integrate with the white people overseas. He didn't say all of that. That's some other stuff we made up as black people here out of our ignorance.
Now, you say Scientology. Now, in Islam, a lot of us in Islam believe in studying from the cradle to the grave, getting knowledge from the cradle to the grave. What is wrong what is wrong with at least reading or studying about Scientology?
Well, there's nothing wrong with reading about anything. I wrote a book on pork, so certainly I know that you can read and study and write about anything.
Right.
However, once we have studied that, it don't mean to stay in that. That's a bunch of nonsense made up by a devil that used to be a cartoon artist. And Minister Farrakhan, I heard him say out of his own mouth that if there was any evil in him, it was buried in the ground with him. Now, what kind of nonsense is that? Since when can you bury all of the devil's evil in one man because he died? That's nonsense. He sold the nation, and I ain't happy about it. And anybody that... But now, what Farrakhan has proven is that he can lead the Negro, the dead, anywhere and get them to believe anything. The messenger would have never turned us over to anything that say church. And if we have the supreme wisdom, what could we go and get from the devils that would benefit us?
50 minutes after the hour, man. We only got 10 more minutes with our sister. You know, sister, in some of his defense, they say that he didn't turn them over to the nation. He just had them study the auditing so he can help bring back some of these auditing procedures back to the community. That's what I'm hearing.
That's a bunch of nonsense. The messenger gave us all them different lessons and instructions, and at no point did he say anything about auditing or that in the end, y'all need to go and ask the white people what to do and they'll help you. He ain't never said nothing like that. He would never say anything like that. And then to the people he sent over there had to go and give them devils some money. Now, how about that?
Now, let me ask you a question, sister. Now, there was supposedly 102 books that the messenger said to read. Now, do you know the 102 books that they were? What's the name of these 102 books?
I don't know all of them. You know, I saw part of that list one time years ago, but no, I didn't see all of them.
Okay.
At the time, a lot of that was out. It was mostly strictly for the brothers to have that information. You know, for a long time. I'm only taught because I happen to have been with a brother that just wanted to teach his women what he knew.
Right.
So, you know, I have a little bit more knowledge than a lot of sisters out here. And plus that, I came in 1967, you know, when having the knowledge was important, and it had not gotten so modernized where people were making up different things, you know, and coming out with their own ideas and interpretations.
Wow.
And
you came in the year I was born, sister. Damn.
Think about that.
Wow. I'm 48. I'm like, what? Wow, you've been in it for a while, sis.
Yes, sir. I certainly have.
Oh, man.
You know, I bear witness that it's the truth. And as I say, one thing about being historic as a person, I won't say old. One thing about being historic is that you know the history. See, I know who did what, who said what, you know, and I remember when a lot of people came in, and I remember when, well, I just remember a lot of things that went on back in the day, because I came in right after Malcolm fall, and so all of that history was still fresh, and people were talking about it, and doing different things, you know. But I appreciate a lot of the MGT who are trying to carry on, you know, with cooking classes and sewing classes, and who are trying to follow the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But I don't appreciate it where people make up a lot of nonsense and then throw the messenger's name in it as if that's something he endorsed, you know. And a lot of people be out talking a lot of nonsense and then say, put up under it, the representative of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And the messenger was not represented with no nonsense and foolishness. At that time, if you asked any of us a question, you would get the same answer regarding our religion. See, the day you ask that question, you might get 50 answers, depending on how many Muslims was in the room, because everybody got some different contaminated teachings, and they got a lot of things mixed up, and it is why we are not successful as we should be by now.
Now, you know, sisters. We're talking to Sister Shahrazad Ali. It's 54 minutes after that. I only got a few more minutes with our sister, but during the changeover when Warathuddin or Wallace D. Muhammad took over,
Yeah.
what was going through your mind at that time when the most honorable Elijah Muhammad passed on?
Well, the first thing we already knew Wallace's history, and he wasn't about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
As a Muslim person, he had a bunch of confusion in his own life, and so when I saw that, I recognized, oh, it's all getting ready to go to hell now. Because I didn't join the Nation of Islam to just follow anybody. I joined the Nation of Islam to get the teachings of Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The nation was never designed to just be a place where people went and stayed their entire life. The nation, the temple was a clearinghouse. You come in, you learn, you get your information, you study, you get it, and then many of those people, then you go out into the world and you practice your religion. That's the real test. The test ain't going up to the temple every week and all week to be with other people like you. The test is being able to hold on to your religion in this hell out here in the wilderness of North America, no matter who you're around and what circumstance you're in. That's the real test. There ain't no test to show up there on Sunday and Friday and Saturday, Wednesday. That's not, a test. And so it was a time back then when there was a lot of confusion. But those of us, the Muslims that was in the tribe I was in, which was with Brother Solomon Ali, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, we all knew we wasn't getting ready to follow Wallace across the floor to the other room or nowhere. We wasn't getting ready to do that. We knew that was going to be a bunch of nonsense. And we also knew he was going to bring in his Christian religion of Eastern Islam so that he could let the people stop with the rules and regulations that the messenger had to try to clean us up. He would let them do anything, dress any kind of way, as long as they still said he would accept them, as saying that they were Muslims. And so we watched him take out the pews in the temples and have the people in there sitting on the floor. We watched them having dances with the sisters out on the floor dancing and shaking with their headpieces on, with the brothers dancing with them. He broke and tore down everything he could. To bring in his Christian religion. He brought them in a religion where they had prayer beads like the Christians. He brought them in a religion where they loved their enemy like the Christians. He brought them in a religion where there's life after death like the Christians. He didn't bring them in no new idea. He just took them back into Christianity. It just called it something else, which is why the messenger didn't give that to us, because he knew what it was.
Wow, that's the first time I heard it like that, sister. Whoa.
Yeah,
wow.
Think about it like that, because that's exactly what it was. All of it is just another form of Christianity. They just call it something different, and they don't eat pork.
Okay, well, you are a firebomb, boy. You be dropping them thunders. 57 minutes after the hour. We got 3 more minutes with our dear sister. Now, where can they find you? Are you going to be coming back to town? I know I'm going to try to bring you back in next year for around March, inshallah. And I want to make sure you. I know you're supposed to be coming in probably next week. Now, is that confirmed?
Well, we're still working on it,
okay.
But I'm supposed to be back at the United African Movement over there with Brother Alton Maddox, who I love and respect so much. I love Alton Maddox. He's just such a warrior.
Yes.
And but we're working on it. But if so, that'll be next Wednesday evening.
Right, next Monday, June 17th, and that's absolutely free to get in, people. So but they do ask for
what's that building? What is the building that they have over there where we would be?
It's called the Brooklyn Christian Center, and it's Reverend Dillon runs that. Dennis Dillon. He's a radical. He loves the messenger's teachings also, matter of fact.
Yes,
and
I rode with him. Didn't I ride with him?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Right.
No, you rode with Minister Clemson Brown. You rode with Minister Clemson Brown.
Okay.
Right. No, Dennis is a different person. But you more than likely will meet him that day if you're coming next week. And that's at 1061 Atlantic Avenue, people, between Franklin and Classen Avenue. Doors open at 6 p.m. and event should start around 7:30. And hopefully, if the law wills, this sister's going to be there, and she's going to represent the messenger to the fullest. And,
now, that's not what I'm coming up there to talk about. I'm not coming up there to talk about Islam. I'm just talking that to you on your little show. I'm coming up there, and I'll be talking about strengthening the black family and getting the black man and black woman and black child back together.
Hey, that to me, that's the messenger's teachings.
Well, that is, right. But I don't want anybody to think I was going to be over there teaching Islam. Well, I do teach Islam, but not like
Exactly.
that.
Okay,
right.
all right. I got you. Well, sister, I'm not going to keep you now. You have any websites, Facebook, anything you want people to contact you, email?
No, I don't. Everything I do, I don't turn it over to the devil on those Facebooks and all that nonsense. No, I don't do that, you know. But, you know, we have such low self-esteem.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why we go on to Facebook and brag about, I got 59 likes. 59 people like me. That's low self-esteem. I don't need that. You know, I don't have to have that. You know?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
don't care whether they like me or not. I ain't out here looking for friends.
So, do you want to give anybody your email to contact you? What you want?
But yeah,
What is?
I'm at Sister Shahrazad Ali at yahoo.com.
Okay, no problem.
I'll be bringing the when I come to New York, I'll be bringing the Black Man's Guide to Understand the Black Woman, and I'll be bringing Are You Still a Slave, which will be my topic.
That's gonna be powerful, sister. Well, I want to thank you very much for being a part of my show, sister. And, we got to do this again, of course. It's been an honor. Thank you, sister.
Well, yes, sir. I appreciate it, and I hope that everyone who's listening gets something for themselves.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, any part of the messages teachings you take will improve your life.
Exactly.
And so I hope people get something for themselves and come out of that mystery God and stop loving the enemy. That's all I'm trying to do, is to teach so that we can survive this hell.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you very much and have a great evening,
yes,
okay?
brother. Now, where are you going to put this at, King Simon?
I will let you know. It's going to be on my YouTube page, which is King Simon Presents.
I don't know if I need that out there like that. Now, I'm going to tell you why, because I'm not really... The devil already hear this, but I don't know if I need that to go worldwide, because I talk some mighty stuff here, and I don't think that that's the purpose of putting a woman out there like that. So you're going to have to just pull a little short clip about something that's kind of generic and use that. Don't put me out there as a woman like that.
Yes, ma'am. Then I'll cut it up for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
No
That's
problem.
fine.
No problem.
Okay, then.
All right, sister.
All right, brother. I'll see you then next week, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum, shukran. All right.
Wa alaikum salam.
All right. That was Sister Shahrazad. It is what it is. So I'm gonna clip this thing up, and we're gonna make sure she gets the proper representation like I want her to get. And it's 1 minute after the hour, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank also Lloyd Strayhorn for being here and calling in. Make sure you get his book, Numbers of Simple People are Complicated. Not Numbers of Simple People are Complicated. That's my book, Numbers of Simple People are Complicated. But his book, Numbers in You. Remember, his website is Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. For any consultations or readings, you can go to his website. For any consultation, you can come to my website, KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. And of course, make sure you support Sister Shahrazad Ali. Inshallah, she will be inside the UAM, the United African Movement, this coming Wednesday, next Wednesday actually, and that's going to be on June 17th. So hey, look, I love you people. It's all about unity and love. As you see, I got so many hats I'll be wearing. Look at you, see, I just throw hats on together. Oh, that's how we do, baby. We keep the hats popping. Love my hats. You know, I wear many hats, believe that. But I wear the hat of unity in all respect, and I always learn to speak the language of the people, like the messenger taught us, like Dr. York taught me also, and the messenger taught us. And speaking the language of people, give the people what they want, so they want what you have to give. Regardless of land, label, or language, is but one God. And up, you mighty nation, you could accomplish what you will. Want to say assalamu alaikum, want to say shalom alaikum, want to say hotep, peace, Irie to all the human family, the human family, people of you know who I'm talking about. I love you, respect you, and all the children from us, because you have to love and honor your mother and your father, that your days may be long upon this earth, all 196,940,000 square miles of the planet. Love you, and stay at peace. I'm out of here. Get the book, 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 get the book.